Today on the Topping Show, the comment section without Brett Cooper is now down 430,000 subscribers, as well as losing 69% of their views. Biden brings up abuse of power at the Jimmy Carter funeral, the ultimate pot calling the kettle black. Gavin Newsom removed a dam in order to save fish. Wish they had that water right about now. MyPillow is also forced to pay DHL $778,000, and kids' helmets are being recalled. All of that and much more on the Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of the Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still giving away a free Flamethrower with every IT purchase. Yes, it does come with a fun Picatinny rail adapter, so you can mount it to any standard AR-15, like all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com and click the Flamethrower button to learn more, or click the URL in the video description below. Lastly, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part podcast, you have MyPillow ordered to pay nearly $1 million to shipping company DHL. Now this comes with thanks to Yahoo Finance, which somehow still in business. They used to be the OG search engine way back in the day before the Google. Now, specifically, this is actually a repost on their website from the Associated Press. And they say, quote, Minnesota judge orders Mike Lindell's MyPillow company to pay nearly $788,000 to delivery service DHL. There you can see the iconic Mike Lindell picture there. Now, they note, and again, I can't believe this is actually based in Minneapolis, because again, Mike Lindell, pretty famous for being a Trump supporter, and Minnesota, pretty much the antithesis of pretty much any Republican policy or culture. So I can't believe he's headquartered there, but another topic for another time, perhaps. I say, quote, a Minnesota judge ordered MyPillow to pay nearly $778,000 for unpaid bills and other costs to package delivery service DHL, which had sued the company that's synonymous with the founder, chief pitchman, and they call him an election denier, Mike Lindell. The award includes over $48,000 in interest and over $4,800 for DHL attorney fees, which, I mean, I normally don't say this, but that actually seems too cheap for your attorneys. I mean, lawyers are notoriously very expensive. And again, that's still more than, I mean, it's still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, almost $5,000, but yeah, for any big legal case, or pretty much anything that involves a major business and litigation or lawyers at all, I mean, I expected that to be like, $40, $50, $60, $70,000 just for lawyers alone. So I'm actually surprised relative, to that value that it's $4,800 for the DHL attorney fees. Now they say, quote, the order signed last month by Hennepin County Judge Susan Burke said MyPillow had agreed in October to pay DHL $550,000, but failed to do so and did not send anyone to a hearing last month to DHL's efforts to collect. DHL's lawsuit filed in September is one of a series of legal and financial disputes involving Chaska. Apparently that's a city in Minnesota. I swore it was like a Starbucks drink for a second there, but nevertheless, apparently it's a city in Minnesota. The Chaska, Minnesota-based MyPillow and Mike Lindell, they say is prominent supporter of Donald J. Trump. They say that Lindell said that the lawsuit was filed that MyPillow stopped using DHL over a year earlier in a dispute over shipments that he said were DHL's fault. Interestingly. And now I have to pay nearly $1 million, which is then a pretty penny. Now, one of the first comments down in the comment section is coming from Timothy, saying, quote, he only paid $4,800 in attorney fees. That's a bargain. You can't just not show up to court and then cry about someone you had a defense and claim against you. It doesn't work that way. Getting 351 likes, which, yeah, this is the importance of going to court actually showing up. If you don't show up, you lose. I mean, again, there's things like, unforeseen circumstances, you get a car accident, something like that. But again, it looks like he failed to show up multiple times, which, again, you got to do. Because otherwise, again, you lose by default. Now you also have Mike Funk saying, quote, where's my pillow? In August 2021, he offered $5 million to anyone who could disprove his claim of Chinese election interference. Robert Zeidman, a computer forensics expert from Nevada, proved him wrong. On April 19th, 2023, an arbitration panel ordered Lindell to pay the $5 million. Got 141 upvotes and 5 downvotes. Green Tooth says, quote, typical billionaire or millionaire does not want to pay his bill due we'll do everything to get out of this bill, lock him up. He's the same tenacity of his billionaire buddy, Donald J. Trump. They got 87 likes and 4 down likes. Again, Mike Lindell is saying there's something, rather his company MyPillow is saying that they're in shipping disputes with DHL. I mean, if anything, they should have taken DHL to court and said, hey, they didn't deliver on XYZ deliveries. This had an impact on our business. We lost maybe a purchase order. We had a vendor, rather we had a customer, like a big box retailer, cancel on us because DHL couldn't make the proper deliveries on time. If they could show up damages, then DHL would have to be paying them back. So we'll see if they actually try to countersue or how that works out at the end of the day. But I mean, this almost seems like it should be in the business blunder of the show. Also having it still based in Minnesota to begin with. Again, he's a famous Republican donor and supporter. Why do you live in such one of the very deepest, bluest states in all the union, which is beyond me. But yeah, we'll see what happens to actually Mike Lindell and MyPillow. And let me know, do you know anyone who actually, I mean, I know it's one of those famous products out there, but do you know anyone who's actually bought a MyPillow and did they actually enjoy its use? Let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Now, going over to the cultural part of the podcast, you have the comic section without Brett Cooper, now down 430,000 subscribers, as well as 69% of their views just disappearing altogether. Now, going to the actual analytical side of the data, looking up at socialblade.com, and got the comic section here. They're now down to 4.07 million subscribers, which again is still an astronomically successful number of subscribers, but they've been dropping like flies left and right. Again, it's one of the most, this was the fastest, most successful channel of the Daily Wire entire portfolio. I mean, it was even growing at a faster rate than Ben Shapiro, the co-founder of the Daily Wire, and he is still the most popular one on the whole team. He has over 7 million subscribers to his YouTube channel. Now, in terms of subscriber loss, it's down to 430,000, and it's averaging about 10,000 subscriber loss every single day. I mean, last week they lost 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 60,000 last week. The weekly average, they're losing 91,000 subscribers. And the views, well, those are going down as well. Now, the views, they're down again. Last 30 days, she, again, relative to most average YouTubers, she is amazing. Well, at least the view statistics are. Now, the comment section without Brett Cooper in the last 30 days got 21.71 million views, which again, for most YouTubers is a dream come true. I mean, shoot, if I got 21 million, if I even got 1 million views in 30 days, I'd be ecstatic. That'd be a huge record, personal record for myself. But again, this is a company that's $1 billion valuation, the Daily Wire, and they're spending millions of dollars on all these channels, advertising them and boosting them on social media. And her views are down 68.8%. Though I was a little generous, I rounded up a little bit to 69% decrease in the number of views. Also known as terrible. And again, it will get to the point where the Daily Wire was starting to question, is this financially viable from a business perspective? Because again, it's not just the direct in. Yeah, it's one thing, the daily salary they're paying Brett Cooper, or let's be honest, probably bi-weekly payments. But in all seriousness, it's not just how much they're paying her, it's also the health insurance for her. And also, think about it, producer, hair, makeup, writer, editor, they have a whole team just for her show. And they're also spending millions of dollars advertising the comic section on a myriad of social media outlets. I mean, Ben Shapiro show, his specific show alone is about $150,000 per month spent on Facebook alone. That's just for one of their talent. They also have Matt Walsh, they have Michael Knowles, they have, who else? Andrew Klavan. 18 people still watch him. I'm only kidding. He's actually growing a little bit better than the others, where Ben Shapiro is actually losing subscribers a little bit. But yeah, about more than half their views just gone. And again, a lot of people in the comments are saying, oh, well, some people on the Daily Wire take vacation, which, yeah, some of them take 2 weeks off for vacation. That's a ridiculous luxury I haven't had in 7+ years being an entrepreneur. But it's one of those things where, yes, but they bank, they don't have their daily show during those 2 weeks, but they bank episodes or they bank content. So the marketing team is still posting stuff to their accounts. And I would argue, I mean, during the Christmas season, you have time where you're on the road visiting relatives. There's still people that are tuning into the channels. Now, going to her latest video, which again, got about 1,000 likes, which again, like ratio is terrible. 20,000 people saw this. And she's talking about Enron in this. And we'll watch about the first 30 seconds. We'll look at the comments here. And again, she hasn't learned in terms of the Daily Wire. I mean, apparently they gave her acting lessons. So that she has the same voice articulation, hand gestures of Brett Cooper, which she unceremoniously replaced. Also, former bridesmaid of Brett Cooper, and even has the same. I mean, they literally just popped in someone new into Brett Cooper's seat. They didn't even change the background of the studio, which is supposed. The background of most YouTubers is supposed to be kind of a personal thing about what does it reflect their kind of their life story. What's the channel about? Most of my background is business, so that's why I have a lot of old vintage business signage behind me from defunct businesses that are no longer around. And for her, it looks like the same exact stuff that Brett Cooper had, and it's the same. Like, they even changed out a couple picture frames or books in the background to make it more personal to the new Timu Brett Cooper, which some people do call Reagan, which technically is her name. And let's see what she has to say. Maybe they're finally letting her off the hook or off the chain, so to say. They're gonna let her be herself and not be not a Brett Cooper robot trying to copy her friend or former friend, but have her own personal uniqueness. Probably not, but let's play it. Let's see if she surprises us.
Hey guys, thanks for joining me here on another episode of The Comment Section. I'm Reagan Conrad. The corrupt and infamously disgraced Houston energy trading company Enron from the early 2000s recently reemerged on social media in early December after nearly 20 years of their doors being closed. It all started with a simple tweet from the company's official-looking X account with their original logo in the profile picture. And the tweet simply said, "We're back. Can we talk?" with this video accompanying it.
The world is changing faster than ever. In the modern world, you must accept change is the only constant. Learn how to adapt. Forgive. We understand this better than anyone. And we're here to lead by example.
The Daily Wire commercial?
I am Enron.
I am Enron.
I am Enron.
We are Enron.
I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus.
We're back. Can we talk? It's funny because I'm not, well, I can't get on this rant, but just that I don't know the original Enron. Like I was too young for it, but I know that the second that this was posted, all hell broke loose. Although Enron destroyed lives, laid off thousands of employees, and committed very real crimes, their announcement video appears to be a very real video. The professional videography, the meaningless yet strong empty words, and a bunch of stock video mixed in, it's your classic corporate promotional video.
I thought it was a promotional video for the Daily Wire for a second there. But yep, it looks like she still has the same hand gestures, same pontification of her voice, and pretty much the same as Brett Cooper. And the comment section, yeah, interestingly enough, they're not so positive. We'll read one or two. One of the first ones, I'm a little biased. I think this comment is particularly handsome and brilliant. It's me, handle the topping show. I say, quote, down 430,000 subscribers. Timu Brett Cooper is not looking good, lol. Daily Wire, let her do her own thing, and it will go better. Trying to copy Brett is clearly not working, getting 20 likes. Let's see, you also have Jenny Bauer saying Brett is under NDA, and y'all lowballed her, knowing she can't speak out about it, so wronging 194 likes. Anakin says, will Reagan's cousin be announced as the next host, getting 18 likes. Alpha Centauri says, the cringe cousin doing her bidding made it worse, getting 19 likes. Let's see here. Miss Gab says, how about the cousin taking over? She has a lot to say, getting 14 likes. It's Loki says she can't even break 100,000 views anymore, getting 65 likes. Bridge also says your cousin actually makes you a lot worse, getting 76 likes, which probably dive into that another time. Prasad says the comment or channel named comment section deleted comments in its own comment section. Holy mother, the irony, getting 161. Let's make 162 likes. One more. Marco says Daily Wire floods this channel with bots. Then her cousin posts a video putting Brett in a bad light. When Reagan put the idea to Brett to leave, what a great person, getting 101 likes. Badly also says Team of Brett Cooper getting 13 likes. So, yep, again, eventually I think the Daily Wire will learn, maybe. Again, if she just did her own thing, even if you had the same titles, the show, same background, just being your own individual, I think it'd go a lot. I think the reception would be much more warmer, even if they did unceremoniously kick Brett Cooper out or push her out or trick her out. I think it'd be going a lot better. And yeah, it's still averaging about 10,000 unsubscribes a day. I mean, before we know it, they might get to 4 million subscribers. Again, still at 4.07. But again, on this trajectory, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll get to 3.5 and 3 and 2. mean, again, at a certain point, we'll see how long this is still financially viable. Right now, and again, they spent a lot of money to build up the channel to get that over 4 million viewers or subscribers rather. But again, even Brett Cooper isn't really breaking 100,000 averages views per video, and it costs a lot of money to produce these videos with all the overhead, all the infrastructure that the company has. I don't think it's financially viable at the moment. I mean, maybe they're willing to lose money for a couple months as they build the channel up again and reinvest in her. But let me know, do you think right now is the channel actually losing money? And if so, how long do you think they're willing to lose it before they actually, break a profit? Let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Going over to the political part podcast, you have Biden bringing up the abuse of power at Jimmy Carter's funeral. The ultimate pot calling the kettle black is, I don't think anyone in U.S. history has had more lawfare against him than Donald Trump. Now, this comes to us thanks to X, with a trendy topic going, quote, during the state funeral of former President Jimmy Carter, President Joe Biden delivered a eulogy in which he spoke out against the abuse of power, emphasizing it as the greatest sin of all. Social media restrictions varied widely, and some users accused Biden of hypocrisy due to his recent pardon of Hunter Biden, which is his son. The event at the Washington National Cathedral also included remarks of other dignitaries reflecting Carter's legacy. Which, yeah, I was going to say, a blanket pardon for everything Hunter Biden ever did in his life. Remember, every time they call for more gun control, just go, oh, wait, so you're saying you need background checks, but, I mean, Hunter Biden, he didn't have to, he lied on a background check and he got off scot-free. So they can't be important, right? A little fun to see your liberal friends capitulate with that. Now, Republicans also say, quote, he looks uncomfortable, Republicans against Trump says, Trump looks uncomfortable when he says, where have we been? Come on, man, I'm Biden. Which, again, throughout history, who's used to, when you think of what president has abused most power, I mean, let me know in the comments, who do you think is the worst offender? I can't but think, well, Obama, when they illegally spied on Trump during his campaign, is probably a big red flag. And probably, well, the myriad of things the Biden administration has done probably overwhelms that in sheer volume of things.
You know, we have an obligation to give hate no safe harbor and to stand up to what my dad used to say is the greatest sin of all, the abuse of power. That's not about being perfect, because none of us are perfect. We're all fallible, but it's about...
Now, go to the comment section. Again, this is coming from us. It's posted by Republicans against Trump. Got about 1 million views and 32,000 likes. The first comment comes from Cameron Holmes, and it says, it pays to be Biden. And it has an article from the New York Post saying, quote, foreign clients looking to buy influence funnel millions through shady entities to Joe Biden. Got 40 likes. Lee says, here I thought the greatest sin was lying. For example, lying for the last 4 years that Democrat old Joe's was capable of qualified to be the president of the United States, which of course he wasn't. Who was making the decisions? Good question, getting 79 likes. PFD says, quote, yeah, his eyes are saying you can believe this freaking Democrat POS taking a shot at me at Jimmy Carter's funeral. What an effing scumbag, typical Democrat, and that's why the party is over for that douchebag Harris. She's his dumb POS too, getting 36 likes. Gary Campbell says, who cares? Democrat lost everything, getting 10 likes. Red, White, and True News says, so you're really fine with Biden politicizing the funeral of a POTUS, getting 31 likes. Let's see. Going back to the main comments, you have Great American Male saying Biden's the greatest abuser of power of all time, getting 251 likes. Page says, LMFAO, what a joke Joe Biden is. He is the devil's mate, most corrupt president ever, getting 136 likes. Alyssa says Biden's pardon for his son is an abuse of power, getting 37 likes. Let's see. Any contrarian statements here? Not thus far. No, not really. All the illegal spying, all the lawfare against Trump. Yeah, let me know in the comments. So, yeah, again, what's the upside of Joe Biden bringing this up at the funeral? I mean, well, I think it's safe to say it's certainly ass in class, or, but let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Other interesting political news, you have Gavin Newsom removing a dam in order to save the fish. Which, again, shows the priorities of California. It's everything except the taxpayers. Now, this comes to us thanks to End Wokeness, in which he says, quote, Biden and Gavin Newsom recently did the largest water dam removal in U.S. history because a tribal leader said it was to save the fish. Which is, of course, ridiculous.
These dams are coming down, and it's about damn time.
Governor Kate Brown, Governor Gavin Newsom, U.S. Secretary of Interior Deb Haaland, and tribal leaders all coming together to celebrate the world's largest dam removal along the Klamath River Thursday. The groups meeting at Iron Gate Fish Hatchery in Hornbrook. Last month, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission issued the final approval of the historic plan to remove 4 dams on the Klamath River in California and Oregon. The decision is a culmination of years of work on the project's licensee, PacifiCorp, Pacific Power's parent company, on the parts of Oregon and California, and several state and local agencies, along with several tribes.
The folks out there that exercised your leadership every single day, that dialectic that we had throughout this process, where you expected and demanded more. You expressed that at times, and sometimes it was uncomfortable. Other times it was absolutely justifiable. I just want to thank you for making this moment possible.
The Klamath Basin watershed covers 9.4 million acres, an area larger than 9 U.S. states. Leaders of the Klamath, Yurok, and Karuk tribes attended Thursday. The tribes say the project will revitalize nearly 400 miles of the Klamath River and its tributaries, hoping to help restore river health and fish populations.
The fish. Great use of resource allocation, California. Gotta worry about the fish. And this one pretty well got 2 million views and 44,000 likes. One of the first comments coming from anti-woke memes saying, quote, Newsom is a failed politician. There's an article from the Washington Examiner saying, quote, Newsom's $24 billion loss. California has the worst homeless rates in the nation after record spending. That got 181 likes. Valentina Gomez also says, when is he going to get in charged with treason? Getting 56 likes. American Papa Bear says, quote, the state is burning down, but hey, we have lesbian firefighters. Yay! Getting 324 likes and reflecting the recent nominations of leadership in their fire departments. Paul Zupa says, quote, Gavin Newsom purposely caused the wildfire to be uncomfortable as a result of his wokeness, getting 371 likes. AKA says, unbelievable, now we don't have water to deal with the wildfires, getting 293 likes. Yep. Cool Christian Engineer says, both are the worst. And they have Gavin Newsom, I guess the meme, the guy with the poofy jacket who, is putting the hand up and looking away and then doing the finger point of approval. Instead, they're looking away, says, send water to Los Angeles. And then, he's saying, no, that. And Gavin Newsom pointing says, send water to the sea. That got 88 likes. I said, Rusty Johnson says, it does make sense. And it's a tweet from Donald Trump saying, quote, Governor Gavin Newsom refused to sign the water restoration declaration put before him, and he allowed millions of gallons of water from excess rain and snow melt from the north to flow daily in many parts of California, including areas that are currently burning in a virtual apocalyptic way. He wanted to protect an essentially worthless fish called the smelt by giving it less water. It didn't work out, but he didn't care about the people of California. Now the ultimate price is being paid. I will demand that the incompetent governor allow beautiful, clean, fresh water to flow into California. He's to blame for this. On top of that, no water for fire hydrants, no firefighting planes. A true disaster, getting 43. So they get 44 likes. Anti-left memes also says, quote, the destruction of California was planned. Looks like a AI picture of a gangster and a hammer and sickle communist logo, getting 274 likes. You also have Florida 1 says, Newsom can burn down the entire state and still get elected. Go back to paper ballots in a single day counting. He would be gone along with 50% of others, getting 355 likes. Maybe. The whole Democrat Party's mantra is vote blue no matter who. As long as he has a D next to his name, I think they probably re-elect him time and time again. Look at San Francisco. How many times has Feinstein been elected? How many times have they voted for the same thing time and time again? They're literally living in their own crap in San Francisco, and they still vote the same way. It's almost like you can't fix California. Let's see. Any contrarian statements. Hugo Vale says, fish first, water first, Ukraine first. Wars first, Ukraine first, America last. They never have any money left over for the American citizens and natural disasters. This is the definition of poor leadership right there, getting 431 likes. The tie-dye teacher has an AI picture generated of Gavin Newsom in front of the burning forest saying, did I do that? Getting 33 likes. Freedomite says, quote, they have these massive cities with massive water needs and first their politicians dried up their lawns and gardens. They make it impossible to move water. They wait for the wind, then let it spark up. Y'all get massive destruction caused by liberal policies, getting 101 likes. See here. Trump's last shoe says Californians need to learn from this. You're destroying yourselves. Elections have consequences. Stop voting blue, getting 153 likes. yeah. A lot of people have memes saying save the fish, burn the forest, getting between 7 and 20 memes and likes, rather. But yeah, sad to see California continue to burn down, both culturally as well as politically, and in this case, literally. But I mean, let me know. Do you think this massive event in California will get people to actually vote differently, or again, do you think they'll just see Gavin Newsom and they'll see, oh yeah, there's a D next to her name. No matter what, they'll just kind of keep voting the same way. Let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Now, going over to the business blunder of the day, you have kid helmets being recalled because they might just slip off. Now, this comes to us thanks to the U.S. Consumer Safety Product Commission, in which they say, quote, multi-purpose children's helmets are being recalled due to the risk of head injury, violations of federal regulations for bicycle helmets, sold exclusively by Amazon.com, imported by FMG. Maybe that's WFMing? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. There you can see it's one of those cliche kids-looking helmets. Looks like it's matte blue in color. Now, let's see. They say, quote, the recall involves I'm just going to call it FMG, children's multi-purpose bike helmets. The helmets were sold in size small, fitting head circumferences 19.5 to 21.5 inches, and in the following multiple color combinations: blue, pink, green, blue, purple. Oh, pretty much all the combinations possible. All helmets have black padding, black straps, and black and red buckle. Helmets have a black and red plastic knob at the back of the helmet for adjusting the fitting. And the model being recalled is MD710S. Again, it's MD710S. That is printed on a white label inside the helmet. Now, they note that consumers should immediately stop using the recalled helmets and contact WeFMG for a full refund. To receive a refund, consumers should destroy the helmet by cutting off the straps, taking a photo of the detached straps, and sending it with their Amazon order number to a recalled firm by email at, this is probably the worst email of all time. The email address that you send this to is 961-837-339 at qq.com. Now, interestingly enough, they had to have a pretty penny to pay for that domain, because usually the shorter the domain, the more it's worth, because again, there's less options and scarcity increases value most often. Again, that's 961-837-339 at qq.com. They say that after submitting proof of destruction, consumers should dispose of the recalled helmet. They say FMG and Amazon are contacting all known purchasers directly as well. They are also, again, sold exclusively on Amazon.com from April 2024 through July 2024, costing between $26 and $32. And the importers were, I mean, I'll try to pronounce this, but even more confidently, I'll spell it out. I mean, it's a name, so you can't use it in Scrabble. Don't get too excited. But it's Shizing Fanging Koxing Kanjai, doing business as WEFMG. Now, that is one of the examples where usually most businesses, like my tech company is Top Technologies LLC. That was how we legally registered the company. And we do business as Top Technologies. So usually you just chop off that extra acronym. But sometimes you get really funny with, the legal business entity name and what they're doing business as, or DBA. So again, the importer name of the company, legally speaking, is SHENZHENSHIMOFANGGEIYOUXIANGONGSI, which that is a mouthful. Now, again, these are also terms of, where they come from, manufactured in China. Now, silver lining of the situation is no one's been hurt from this. So again, it's especially sensitive because it's a child product, so parents should always be on their toes, because again, injuries more often than not, injuries, ailments, and consumables have a greater negative impact on them because they're younger. And yeah, so thankfully, silver lining, no one's been hurt from this, not even a bump or bruise apparently. And if you want to call them to see if your specific helmets being, this is one that affected you personally, and they did for some reason contact you already, the recall number is 25-088. Again, the recall number is 25-088. And again, this is yet another issue where more and more products on Amazon.com are being recalled. I mean, we were talking about exploding batteries earlier, and now you have child helmets that, again, I don't know how you mess this up in terms of you have a helmet and a helmet strap, and yet it still slips off, which, again, in terms of all the things we buy, I mean, smartphones, those are very complex. I mean, they're a technological marvel that can fit in our pocket. I can understand the engineering that goes to an iPhone, or iPhone, Apple 2550 Falcon, whatever model they're on now. I can understand there might be some issues with that. But for helmet, where you basically have what? Foam, a hard shell, and a strap? I mean, that's pretty darn simple. And the fact they couldn't get that right, and it actually slips off, thereby defeating the very thing it's supposed to do, Gotta say, Amazon and we FMG, gotta say that it's certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.